Hi there folks, it's Phil from 50minuteguitarpractice.com. I hope you're doing awesome today. Now in this little snippet we're going to talk about thirds, fourths and fifths. We're going to be listening to the sound of thirds, fourths and fifths because they've all got a certain flavour. And if you don't know what thirds, fourths and fifths are, you can find them in your major scales. If you want to find a third, let's say we're doing it in A, we walk up from our 5th fret, 1, 2, 3, and that third note is our third. We play it against our first note. Okay, that's the sound of a third. And let's just explore a couple of examples of where third harmonisation has been used in some songs that you probably know. The first one I heard or became aware of it's a really old song, and it's before my time, way before yours. This is Summer Holiday by Cliff Richard and the Shadows. So I think it used to go
we're all going on a summer holiday, no more working for a week or two.
Yeah man, that's some old shit. Anyway, those are thirds. Another one you might be familiar with is Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison. The opening phrase is this. So that's the sound of thirds. Don't worry about what I'm doing, where I'm playing it. I just want you to use your ears and listen to the sound of thirds. Okay, so there's a couple of examples. Another more recent one is To Be With You by Mr. Big and the mighty Paul Gilbert playing acoustic guitar. Or something without the terrible harmonics at the end of what I just played. So, thirds are always used in that way. So those are quite sweet sounding. Let's listen to fourths now. I think you'll notice the difference between thirds and fourths is altogether a different thing. They're darker. And famous example of fourths is Smoke on the Water. Guitarists like fourths because, well, depending on the genre of music you're playing, they're quite dark and a bit deathy, but also you can play them with one finger because most of the fourths are on parallel strings at the same fret. Lots in rock music, lots of fourths in rock as well. Snake, stuff like that. Lots of stuff in Iron Maiden like that. I think that's 2 minutes to midnight. Yeah. So that's the sound of fourths. Also, another example is Lie to Me by Johnny Lang. Another song with fourths called Good Feeling by a band called Reef, which I think is here. That's a great track. If you haven't heard of Reef, you need to go check them out. You need to check out that first album, and it's awesome if you like bluesy rock stuff. Okay, so that's the sound of fourths against thirds, fourths are darker, more sinister. Thirds are sweeter. Fifths, well, fifths is just a power chord. It's just your root and your fifth. So you can play. Play your power chords till your heart's content. Now, good example of this would be Fields of Joy by Lenny Kravitz. Just power chords, just 2 notes. Hey, nobody's perfect, and tonight I'm that nobody. Okay, so sounds of thirds versus sounds of fourths versus the sound of fifths. So that's all I wanted to share with you. It's about ears, it's about hearing those things. That's all I want your ears to do, is next time you listen to some piece of popular music or song on the radio or something on Spotify, if you hear a little harmonised guitar line, then you try and figure out whether they're thirds, fourths or fifths. And that will do your ears a hell of a lot of good. Okay, so that's all for now. Keep practicing, keep finding the time to practice. Phil from 50minuteguitarpractice.com saying goodbye for now. Cheers.